Right. Now, I want to make a point. Somebody in our circle of associates, his wife has severe arthritis.
Yeah.
And she went to the emergency department,
Yeah.
hospital. Then they sent her over to rehab. Now, she has Medicare.
Right.
But this only pays for a certain amount of days in the rehab facility.
That's
she can't
Medicare.
Right. She can't go to live there, you know?
No. Well, she can. She's not going to pay for it. You know,
They're not going to pay for it.
The beauty about the new type of long-term care policies are that they're issued on a life insurance chassis.
Oh.
So there's two types that you deal with that are different than the way they used to be. So Genworth was a big provider of long-term care benefits, and so was John Hancock. I still have a policy. I'm actually paying a claim on it right now on a John Hancock policy. My best friend's mom. And same deal, fell down, broke her hip, same deal.
Oh, golly.
So the new policy, so those weren't guaranteed, you know, so the rates went up every year. They were guaranteed renewable, not non-cancelable. What that means is they can't cancel you as long as you pay your premiums, but they can increase your premiums, such as health insurance. Well, the new policies are written on a life insurance chassis, which means the premiums are guarissued.
Now you're talking.
Right. So, and if you die, there's a death benefit. Now, it depends on the one that you buy. There's two that I use. One of them is a joint survivor policy. Okay. If you use it for long-term care, there is no death benefit. But if you and your wife both don't use it and you both pass away, it goes to the kids.
Hey.
So there's also a small amount of money that builds up in there. So you don't buy it as an investment with the money. You buy it for the protection for long-term care.
For leverage, right.
You could pay for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, and then not pay anymore, 20 years and not pay anymore. You want to buy it in your 50s. It's the best price then. Don't wait till you're 70. It's 50s, late 50s, early 60s. I would not get past in your 60s. You know, it's just too expensive.
Okay.
It's going to cost. Right. Like I looked at a single woman in her 70s. It was like $8,000-9,000 a year. And depending, you know, and listen, it's always going to be worth it if you can afford it. I'll tell you the reason why. Okay. If you look at the cost of the insurance and you look at self-funding it, it's about 20% of the cost of self-funding it. Self-funding means I'm just going to take the money that I have saved and pay for it. Well, the insurance companies will come in because they have the pooling of people. It's about 20% of the overall cost of care by buying the policy versus using your own money to pay for it in the future. So you don't want to do that. You want to, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It just makes economic sense to transfer that risk to an insurance company. Yes. Question is, you know, what kind of policy? Like I'm having that discussion with a couple clients right now, and I was kind of set to doing that, you know, joint survivor. Hey, this is pure long-term care. But then we talked about, you know, there's one of those people that have enough money that, you know, what are we going to do with the interest? What are we going to do with your extra money that we have that we're not going to be paying you? I mean, we can let it grow. That's good because we need to keep up with inflation. But what if we were to take that money and put it in something that grew tax-free and distributed tax-free and had long-term care insurance? That's better, right? So then the question is do I want to have that expense in retirement? And I think the answer is yes. I'm pretty confident it's yes. You know, you got to look at cash flow. And when you retire, you always want to look at cash flow. You want to look at not changing your life whatsoever. But, you know, all you're doing essentially is turning your money into the worker. So what? You're not working. The money's working, okay? You invest it properly. It pays you in income. It pays dividends, pays interest. You get the income. You live off the money that you have saved. So you're not working. So if the money that you have saved is worth more and, you know, you don't need to save anymore, but if you are, which is great, wouldn't it be great to put it somewhere in like an insurance policy that grow by cash and also increase the death benefit and have long-term care and all these beautiful things? If I don't need the money, I'm just going to be able to give my kids more or myself more if I start to utilize it, because there's some good distribution rates off those policies too. Again, goes back to that question that 67-year-old had about an insurance policy. The exponential curve on life insurance is 30 years after you buy the policy or 25 years after you buy the policy. Those suckers grow. Take a look at a compound interest curve line. The first 20 years in any compound interest, any investment, is very, very small. And then when you get to the 25th year, 20th year, it skyrockets. So the last, I'm trying to draw this out for Jackie, the last 10 years or 20 years, you get that exponential curve where the first 20 years is like this, and then it just goes like that. That's very similar to life insurance, but there's additional costs in life insurance because they're paying to insure you for a lot more than you're putting in. And if you put in 1 month premium payment and you die the next month, they pay. Don't ask me if that's happened because it has.
Premier Southwest Planning Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor. The content of this advertisement is intended for informational purposes only and is not intended to be investment advice. The views expressed in this program are subject to change based on market and other conditions.